All right, boom. So here's part 3, the actual conversation of when I get fired. So let's rewind. First, or the end of February is when I did the infamous Zoom call, Black History Month Zoom call. Boom. The following week, she does her white genealogy of her family, the screenshots or the headshots about her mom, her grandma, and what they did in the community. The week after that, she pops up on my calendar or sends me an email and says, hey, I need to meet with you later today. Pops up on my calendar, client meeting. Okay, so I'm going into this meeting thinking that we are going to discuss the clients that we have and then the candidates that I've been recruiting for each client. So I log onto the computer. I have all of my notes ready. I say hello. She says hello. Hi. Before we move forward with this meeting, she says, I don't want to catch you off guard, but there's something I need to talk to you about. I thought that your presentation a couple of weeks ago was really great. I think it inspired us to try something new, which I think is awesome. But there are some ways that I feel like you may not be working out here. Immediately my face changed because I already knew. The moment that she decided to share her screen and start showing headshots about her mama and her grandma, I already knew that this was coming. So she says, I think that there are maybe some cultural differences, right? Like I think that you're great when talking about diversity and inclusion, and I think that that's an area that we need to continue to work on. However, there are just some other things though that I need from you that you aren't giving. I said such as. Her examples were, there was a Saturday that a client emailed you a question and you did not respond. At this agency, we want to be very prompt in responding to our clients. My response to her was, I understand your agency and I understand the way that you run things, but how I run things in this household is my working hours are 7 to 4, Monday through Friday. The rest of those times are for myself or for my family. I made that clear based when I first signed the contract and being with you, that these are my working hours. I work from home. Can you respect that? Are we in alignment with that? And you agreed. So it seems now that you are continuing to pull up issues from the call in which you asked me to lead. Let's also take it back to the first conversation that I had with you when I said, is this company founded on diversity and inclusion? And what does that look like? You are such a champion and such an advocate for it now, but it seems now as if you are not. What else am I not doing right? And so then she says, well, honestly, DeAndra, I think that you're great. Anywhere that you go is going to be great. But this is going to be our last conversation. That was it. She asks, do you have anything to say? My exact response to her was, I know that God is going to continue to do and move and do great things in my life. I would hate to forfeit God's blessing for my life because of an emotional response that I have the right to say towards you right now. So I have nothing to say. God bless.